Hi, thanks for joining us today. We're here with Adrian Gaynor. He's the Nikon expert who's over on their Ireland and UK tour. He's basically reviewing and showing the new D850, which we have here in store.
We do.
What are your thoughts on it? What has impressed you most about this?
Oh, that's a tall order, actually. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay. My pleasure.
It's a camera that I was initially excited about when I saw the specifications, as I'm sure a lot of people watching this video were and are. But I'm happy to report for anybody who hasn't yet managed to get their hands on a D850 that it's genuinely a camera that's is greater than the parts, and it's just a delight to use. So reading the spec list is like a wish list for a lot of photographers, really. 45.7 megapixels is a very generous high resolution sensor, and the 153 focus points that's been used in the D5 and the D500 is being widely regarded as one of the better, faster focusing systems in the DSLR world. Yeah. And then having the ability to have a good dynamic range with that and 7 frames a second. So it's tough.
Well, we were busier earlier and we had a lot of people in, and a lot of people got their hands on it. Mm-hmm. What was the feedback you got? I mean, in terms of people saying, right, I've put this through its paces, what most impressed people, the average person picking that up? You know, was it the focusing? Was it the speed of focusing? Was it, I think we were seeing 1 or 2 people that were trying to track and shoot in the corners, mm-hmm. and then the raw light.
Yeah, for those customers who don't already have a D5 or a D500, it is the focusing speed. It's one of the wow features of the camera, because it's so quick and sure-footed in its focusing. But for those that already have a D5 or a D500, they're kind of familiar with that, and so then it might become the silent shutter, which is an incredible feature.
Yeah, there tended to be a few people in that had looked at the video capacity of this, and they said, right, well, because they can go 4K or 8K if they, or even if they put something like a grip onto it as well, that it's giving them a bit more cross-pollination, that they've got a few strings to the bow, so it seems to be more versatile than a D5 is, that it just gives you that little bit more shooting prowess.
Oh, it's absolutely more versatile than the D5. Yeah. If you're looking for a camera that has absolute toughness and the fastest speed, and if you're going to hammer nails with it, or go to the Antarctic, and if you are a dedicated, exclusive sports photographer, then you're going to be looking at the D5, because that's what that is built to do. If you're a news photographer going to a war zone, you probably tip your hat to the D5 and say, I'm going to take that baby with me. But if you're looking at all-over performance, all-round performance, it's really hard to ignore this camera because it does everything so well.
Yeah. Well, Adrian has about 30 years of experience with Nikon and has shot lots, 700 weddings.
I started when I was about 10, by the way.
10, okay. Yeah. We won't say anything now. We believe you. But if we just look at, let's say you've 700 weddings plus, you've shot in a multitude of kind of portrait backgrounds, corporate kind of gigs for people. I mean, I think we were just chatting earlier about this. You said that, I don't know if this is a fair question, but you had said this was one that you were going to look to get yourself at some point.
Oh, it's I can't wait to get my hands on my own personal D850. I'm ruining the day that I've got to give this back to Nikon, so hey, if anybody's watching from Nikon, I'd like to keep it for a little while longer, please. But I have a D4S that I've been using for a long time because it's a really good working tool. Yeah. And this was going to be kind of like a backup camera for the D4S, but it does everything again so well. Poor old D4S, but the D4S is going to become the backup camera.
Yeah, that's gas, isn't it?
Because it does everything so well.
Yeah.
And of course, you mentioned video, but it's full frame 4K video, which is huge.
Yeah. Well, I suppose where there was a tendency maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago for people to kind of look outside Nikon, that they didn't have the complete solution for video, they now do, and they're now starting to, I suppose in some ways this will crack on and kind of start leading the light. It's kind of pulling the standard back out there.
Yeah, I think we can safely say that I'm very proud to say that this is a camera that's definitely pushing the envelope in all directions.
Yeah.
And if you look at this camera as being an amalgam of the better cameras that Nikon produce, plus extra technology brought on board, there really isn't another camera in the DSLR world that comes anywhere close at the moment.
Yeah, and certainly not at that kind of price anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Adrian, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you very
Thanks
much.
a lot.
Not at all. We'll have you again.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.